So understanding if we can do that, understanding what these people can do. So, P. Diddy was brought in this. First of all, I didn't watch none of the trial. Can I get a water from somebody or something? Or some cocaine or something?
I got you. I got you.
All right, water.
I got you.
Choice is yours. All right, okay, I'm just trying to be funny. Okay, so I didn't watch any of the trial. The minute when I saw what the charges were, that there were a RICO case against one individual with no conspirators with them, it was no need for me to watch. The minute that child trafficking was not included in this case, the minute that all of those celebrities who were on those freak-off tapes were omitted from the situation, I knew the fix was in. Thank you, appreciate you. I knew the fix was in. Once I also figured out that, what's her name, Cromwell, the prosecutor, who her father was, her father controlled the Epstein case. And all of the tapes were missing, or whatever the case. We come to find out today there are no tapes. How about that? The minute I knew that she was in control of this, I knew the fix was in. It's humanly impossible for you to try this man on a case you know you can't win. And only two people showed up, Cassie and whoever the Jane Doe is.
Jane Doe.
Jane Doe? So what we can't do is, I preach this all the time, we cannot abandon our common sense. When we begin to abandon our common sense, now we're dealing with emotion, we're dealing with something else, we lose. And you think it's not hard to abandon your common sense? It's very easy, very easy. You start seeing something over and over again, and you start questioning, like during the whole COVID situation. And people were losing their minds. And all I did was come on my podcast, and I said, all right, let's go with some common sense.
It is what it is. It's like, and like Dot said, because we're living in this hyper-sexualized environment, society and whatnot, where they're not giving proper sexual.
Alright, bro. You needed another charger, right?
Well, we're doing this for this.
See what I mean, though, right?
Was one of the weather since
Used to be told to our brothers and sisters, but earth and our thought stream, and his lawyers were so good that they got him off. The confirmation bias that poor people have. P. Diddy was brought in this. First of all, I didn't watch none of the trial. Can I get a water from somebody or something? Or some cocaine or something?
I got you. I got you.
All right, water.
I got you.
Choice is yours. If we can do that, understanding what these people can do. These motherfuckers is attached to your auric field now. And once they get in your auric field, it's nothing you can do. It's like a parasite that's just there. You know what I mean? And so when I teach young people, stop masturbating, or if you're going to masturbate, you masturbate with goddamn intent. You don't just be sitting around sending off millions and millions of kilometers of energy into the astro realm.
The
ethers, because they eat that shit like a tuna fish sandwich.
Succubus, incubus.
They up there partying, waiting for you. That's why porn is so heavy and so prominent everywhere. They want you to let that energy go with no intent, because it is a doorway into your world, so they can come down here and have a party at your expense.
Right. And that is exactly what we were exposed to on a grandeur scale from a global figure. It was voyeurism. What is the difference between P. Diddy sitting in the corner watching somebody bang out his girl, than somebody sitting in the corner of their mama's basement watching somebody bang out a girl on their phone?
Absolutely.
It's still voyeurism at the end of the day. You're still cuckold. I mean, I'm not judging. I'm smudging. Let's all smudge. Let's all smudge.
Americans' heart and minds to black music, so the CIA can creep in and destabilize government. Guess who they tried that with recently, Doc? Ibrahim Traore. Burna Boy agreed to perform in Burkina Faso recently for free to the tune of 200,000 or 300,000 people. Ibrahim Traore, knowing the history, said nope, not right now. Turned them down.
Fact.
I'm almost done. Just to let y'all know, these little funky little sex crimes and all this madness that they charges that they brought up on Diddy, that shit happens every fuck.
Exactly.
Mansion, stop playing. That's any fucking Wednesday night. That's any fucking Thursday Thursdays at the Playboy Mansion. Come on, y'all. It ain't nothing new. Anyway, Hustle Simmons out of the country. The manifest, people saw the law of manifest for Epstein. Yeah, they gone. All that's been scrubbed. Alright? Hustle Simmons brought up on charges with Brett Ratner for sex crime. Where's Brett Ratner? In Israel right now.
Yes.
Alright? Hold on. James Packard created this thing called the Rat Pack. Alright? You see all of these people in pictures with one another. Alright? Musk, Trump, Brett Ratner, Hustle Simmons, Epstein, Diddy, Trump, all of them in cahoots with one another. It's one big ass club and you're not invited to the club. Alright? So what is Clinton's role in all of this? Doc, you said it. This is the old girl is the next Monica Lewinsky. You understand what I'm saying? So I already told y'all to look up the Geo group. Alright? Precursor to this was R. Kelly. They were going after Nelly. Right now they're going after the brother from Motown. What is his name? Smokey Robinson.
What? Yeah. Not Smokey.
All these years.
Diddy. Diddy was a groom. Yeah, they trying to smoke. Alright? So we gotta understand this. Moving right along, it says cognitive release, imparted by ritual abuse and mind control. On a subconscious level, he went through the ritual abuse, and then every artist that was under him went through that same ritual abuse, and the ritual abuse was designed for him to control people. You saw Making of the Band, making them brothers and making them people walk to fucking Brooklyn. Now a lot of y'all have never been to New York. It's a long ass walk from fucking uptown to goddamn Brooklyn. Stop playing. Ritual abuse. Alright? So then it says there is no escape. You cannot get it. Unless you're gonna be with some of the healers that's there in New York and other places, and you're gonna heal from this. The cult completely controls me. Alright? This is why when they locked him up, he was willing to give up $50 million to get out of that. Because he already know once they lock him down in prison, it's a whole different story. Alright? Then it says, I'm incapable of protecting myself. Who is there to protect Puppy? Everyone that he called on, that he treated to a good time at his freak-offs and his white parties, where are they at now? You know why they're not there? Not simply because they were some of the ones working for the government also.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So we have to understand that. Then this.
Your name was Adam Clayton McDonald, right? Now you are Abdullah.
Yep.
Tahuti, Ma'at, Sekhmet, Al-Marakian Bey the Third. You know what I'm talking about? You're projecting your Ubermensch. You're becoming God in real time. And 5 out of 10 people will fall into that persona and become it. And the other 5 won't. But that's what we're watching. We watch people come into our community and self-anoint themselves or be given a persona or a title, and they grew into that title. Or they grew into that quote-unquote skin or that shoe that they fit. Next slide, please. All right, so Sean Diddy Combs covered his face with what Muslim women wear during freak-offs, says an exotic dancer in the bombshell trial. So he was in full character, right? He wasn't hiding, he was in character, right? Whatever that persona was, it had an outfit and it was a burqa, all right? Summoning the altar in real life. People summon alter egos to perform different tasks, consciously or not. Modern forms. Artists adopt stage personas, right? Sasha Fierce, Slim Shady, MF Doom. Mystics invoke spirits or guides through sigils or trance. Athletes enter a zone when another self takes over. Trauma survivors create disassociative selves to cope. How Young suggested doing this. Active imagination, a method of speaking directly to internal figures. By a show of hand, how many people do that?
I do.
I do. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not
skilled at it.
I am a professional in that.
I am.
Right? Create a ritual space. Speak or write as the altar, allow it to speak back, integrate through symbol, dream, or myth. I could probably say, after coming off of Stone Mountain last strong in, that about 85% of us do that. That's our suits. They all looked alike. They all looked the same. They wore the same suits, like the TV show Mad Men would show you. They all had this quote-unquote Pleasantville type of, look. Then they began to experiment with LSD, shrooms, and other quote-unquote pharmacopoeia, but psychedelics and whatnot. Then they burst on the scene looking like hippies with all color. Mm-hmm. Remember that? And they began to grow their hair long, and they wanted to become what? Individuals. And then they explored their sexuality. That is what they call counterculture. Okay? And that was a humongous shift in America, socially, politically, and quote-unquote culturally, right? So when they began to explore they have scholars like Friedrich Nietzsche, Carl Jung, right? Freud and whatnot, Sigmund Freud, and they are their master teachers. They are their, see how we have these books of our master teachers? Dr. Francis Cress Welsing was able to give us formulas that we carry throughout life, so we understand balls when we see it, we understand white fragility when we see it. Well, they have their scholars and they have their intellects who help them understand the psychology of them and other things. They teach through mythos, right? The Greek mythos and whatnot. That is their parables. That's how they teach. That's their quote unquote. The moral of the story is they teach through Dr. Seuss, right? So these personas that we were familiar with, no Diddy, right? That is a saying when instead of saying no homo, it's no Diddy now. Right? Then it was the diddler, which is like the Riddler and whatnot. Then it was triad. They're just giving you reason and why to be like that with examples, but all of that is indoctrination. Okay? Psychopathy, the lack of empathy, impulsivity, and antisocial behavior. Never before would somebody get hit by a car, everybody take out a phone.
Right.
That is leading to psychopathy or psychopathy to the point where you're callous now, you're heartless, and somebody get their brains blown out and you can record it. When we was coming up, your hand would shake. Brains! We saw faces of death and it desensitized us.
Yeah.
We saw faces of death and it dehumanized us. It made us want to see bodies and whatnot. We saw boys in the hood, they were, you want to see a dead body? We was like, shit, I want to see a dead body in real life. Right? So there's been a lot of programming from these quote-unquote hook-nosed real estate agents. What does Griff call them?
Jaywalkers.
Jaywalkers. Right? They are the culprits. They're the ones who are the main ones behind this. They were the main ones behind P. Diddy. They're the main ones behind Suge Knight. They're the main ones behind all of Jerry Heller, all of these hook-nosed real estate agents who deal with an inverted form of religion called Frankism. We're going to get to that. So this is what we're dealing with in social media. The people on social media is crazy right now because they've been they're possessed. Next.
Thank you.